Hello students, today we'll study the first chapter of the Hornbill book, The Portrait of a Lady, written by Khushwant Singh. Now the author Khushwant Singh was an Indian author, lawyer, diplomat, journalist and politician. His experience in the 1947 partition of India inspired him to write Train to Pakistan in 1956, which became his most well-known novel. Now let's come to the theme of this lesson. It's a real-life account of Khushwant Singh. This story is real. It's an account of Khushwant Singh's life. It is perception of Khushwant Singh of his grandmother through his own eyes. The story shows the special bond and connection between a grandson and his grandmother, and the changes that happen in their relationship as the time passes by. Now, the summary of the lesson. The first point which is being discussed in the lesson is author remembers his grandmother and grandfather. First, we'll talk about grandmother. He says that his grandmother is very old, like everybody's grandmother, she too is very old. From the past 20 years, he had found her old and wrinkled. He has seen his grandmother from the past 20 years in the same way. She's the same old and she has got wrinkles on her face. So he could not believe that she had been young and pretty and had a husband. So for him, it's unbelievable that she was pretty and young, because he has seen his grandmother old every time. Okay. Now about his grandfather, he says that his portrait hung on the wall of drawing room. His grandfather is no more, he's dead, and his portrait, it hangs on the wall of the drawing room. So he has seen his grandfather in that portrait only. In that portrait, he wore a big turban on his head. His clothes were very loose. He looked 100 years old because he has got a long beard and all, and that makes him look like he's a very old person. As he had lot of grandchildren, and the author says that it looks like he's 100 years old and he had lot of grandchildren. So this is about his grandmother and grandfather. Next point, he talks about his grandmother. He says that she was very short, fat and slightly bent. His grandmother was very short in height. She is fat and she slightly bends. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles. She was very old, so on her face they were crisscross of wrinkles going from one place to the other, from here to there. Her silvery white hair, she has got white hair because she's old. She hobbles around the house in white cloth with one hand resting on her waist to balance and other hand busy in her rosary. She slightly bends, that's why she hobbles around in the house. She always wears white cloth. Why white? Because she is a widow, and according to the custom, in the old tradition, they were supposed to wear white clothes. And she used to keep one hand resting on her waist to balance her, and with the other hand she used to keep on saying her rosary, her prayers. Her lips moved in inaudible prayer, and she keeps on saying her prayers which is inaudible. Nobody could hear what she is praying. To author, she could never have been pretty and young. Author says for him, she never was young and pretty. She reflected a divine beauty, like the white landscape in mountains. And the author says she was very holy, very pious, a divine beauty, because in her white hair, white dress, white sari, she looks like the winter landscape in mountains, the snow-capped mountains. Next thing, it just talks about the author's childhood with his grandmother. When author was living with his grandmother in the village, How was his lifestyle? Let's discuss. In the village, grandmother took care of all his needs because grandmother and grandson, they both were living alone in the village. So both were friendly to each other. His parents had been to city to work there, so he stayed back with his grandmother. Were good friends. Both of them were very good friends. She used to wake him up, get ready for school. Every day she used to wake him up and make him ready for school. She sings prayer while she bathed and dressed him so that he could learn. Now she used to keep singing prayer songs and all, and she thought that these prayer songs will be by hearted by the author, by his grandson, but he never learned. Fetch his wooden slate. Those times there was a wooden slate, and there were no copies like we have in the present time. Washed and plastered it with yellow chalk, and every day she has to wash it and plaster it so that it could be useful, and he can write. Ink pot and reed pen, tie them up together. She used to make his school bag ready. She's in the morning breakfast, stale chapatis with butter and sugar. In the morning, she used to give him stale chapatis. The night's leftover chapatis is called stale chapati. So that were given with bread and sugar. It's very tasty, very yummy. And author used to have that in his breakfast. Accompanied him to the school as it was attached to the temple, and she used to accompany him to the school, take the author to the school. And the time the author used to study in the school, she used to sit in the temple and read scriptures there because the school was attached with the temple. Now, author's school. Now let's talk about author's school, authoret school. The priest taught alphabet and morning prayers. The teacher over there was the priest of the temple, and he used to teach them alphabet and morning prayers. Children used to sit in rows in the veranda. And just attached to the temple, there was one big veranda, and there children used to sit in rows, and then the priest used to teach them. They would sing alphabet or prayer in chorus, and the alphabets and the prayers were taught by a priest, and they used to learn them in chorus. They used to repeat after one another. Grandmother would read scriptures in the temple. The time the school goes on, she used to sit in the temple and read scriptures. On their way back, feed stale chapatis to the dogs. And when they used to come back from school, on the way, grandmother used to feed the dogs with the stale chapatis. She used to feed the dog. She was an animal lover also. She was very religious. She used to read scriptures. She used to pray all the time, and she was also an animal lover. We can see this through this lesson. Now, the turning point in the relationship. Now, the relationship took a turn when they moved to the city to stay with their parents. They moved to the cities to stay with the author's parents. Author's parents called both of them to the city. Author went to English school in a motor bus. Now, grandmother can't accompany him because his school was far away, so he used to go by motor bus. She could not accompany him to the school. No dogs to feed. There were no dogs. Feeding sparrows. So she started feeding the sparrows. Now, saw less of each other. Can't help in studies. Now, because he goes to an English medium school and has friends and all, so they both of them could not meet much now, and she even can't help because it was in his studies were all in English. She was upset as no teaching of God or scripture is given in the school. Unhappy as he was learning music. And according to her, music had lewd associations not suitable for gentlefolk. And when she comes to know that author is learning music, she becomes upset. But she did not utter a word. She did not complain. She did not say anything at all about this. Okay? We'll continue the next part in the next video.